Here's a former CIA agent that I believe went on the Shawn Ryan podcast. Sarah Adams warns 1,000 Al-Qaeda fighters in U.S. for Homeland Attack. Go ahead and play this clip, Rob.
Why do we care about Israel? Why is that our problem? It's like, that's just the first in a series. It's coming for us. That's like the test run.
The casualty count will be between 50 and 60,000 Americans dead. Am I wrong on that?
So I don't know the count that they're predicting. What I do know is Al-Qaeda trained and sent 1,000 attackers.
1,000 attackers. When did they come through?
So they finished training and they deployed them. Now, depending on how they come through, it could take different times, right?
So wait a minute. I just want to clarify. You are 100% certain that there are 1,000 plus Al-Qaeda trained fighters within the United States borders?
Well, Al-Qaeda says they trained and deployed 1,000 for this attack. First off, I think there's more than 1,000 Al-Qaeda members in the United States.
Weird.
But for the Homeland Attack, that number is based on what Al-Qaeda is saying, so they could exaggerate it. However, they did have about 1,400 in the Hamas attack, so the number is not off from what they did in the first round of attacks.
And just to piggyback on this interview, and she said it, and I looked it up, and it's true, these terrorists now have undetectable bombs that suicide vests that you could walk into an airport, walk into screening, and nothing comes up, okay? Zero. That the dogs, the canine sniffing bomb dogs, they're not trained on even sniffing for this type of thing. So that's why when I've been saying for how long, Pat, that this open border situation has been the #1 problem, and they did it on purpose because now to get Trump out, that's the goal. That's been the goal.
Here's what Vinny said to me. He says, I want you to watch this and tell me if there's something weird about the delivery of what he says in this. Folks, just watch it. That's what you said to me. And I'm like, what are you saying, Vinny? In about 10 seconds into it, you're going to say, why did you say that? You didn't have to say that. What's your point of saying that? Are you insinuating something? Are you suggesting something? Just watch this here. Go for it, Rob.
I just will say one last word, which is, I hope this is my last time at this podium, at least for a little while. I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean, the only thing that would bring me back is an unexpected event in the next few days, which, as you all know, is totally possible given
Why would you say
we've
that?
seen over the course of the past years. But if it is, in fact, my last time before you, I just want to say thank you for what you guys do every day. Thank you for putting up with me.
Why would the National Security Advisor,
which is fully possible,
say farewell, but go, hey, listen, you might hear from me again if something happens? And I would think, since you're the National Security Advisor, you have the FBI, we have all these apparatus, you should say nothing is going to happen because we're secure. He says, because it could quite possibly he's almost as if he's letting us know something is going to happen and you are going to hear from him again.
Or I told you so, it's not my fault.
Yeah, I don't like
Guys,
that at all.
Everything you said was right up until, Rob, play it. This is the statement I have a problem with. Go right in the middle, Rob, if you don't mind.
Right there.
Please, press play.
The only thing that would bring me back is an unexpected event in the next few days.
Okay, an unexpected event in the next few days. He's right.
Yeah.
That's what we're, but now watch the next sentence. This next sentence, I'm not comfortable with. Go ahead, Rob.
Which, as you all know, is totally possible given everything you've seen over the course
Which
of
is
the past
totally
years.
possible. Instead, you reassure the American people to say, which is highly unlikely because we have such a great leadership team that's working day and night to make sure all the events leading up to the inauguration is going to be safe and sound while people come here to celebrate this day. You ensure confidence. You don't make a comment like that. You make a comment like that. You know why you make a comment like that?
Why is that?
What do you make a comment like that for?
To sort of say, hey, give the writings on the wall?
So you just heard it, brothers and sisters. The handwriting is on the wall, and an unexpected event could take place in the next few days, and the National Security Advisor to the President has stated that anything is possible in the next few days. So he specifically said an unexpected event in the next few days, which is totally possible given the events that have transpired over the last few years. So when we consider how 2025 has begun, we know that anything is truly possible. So I just want to make sure that you are prepared for the coming crisis. Now, when you consider the information that I have received from my sources, again, this is not God talking, but this is me talking. Again, this is not a prophecy that I'm giving. I'm just simply Simply sharing with you my opinion. I do not expect for the inauguration to take place on January 20th. I do not expect the inauguration to take place on this coming Monday, January 20th. I expect something to transpire before then to prevent the inauguration from happening. Now we know that based on Matthew 24 and verse 27, the Bible says, "For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." As we examine events that are transpiring in the east, it's a foreshadowing of what is coming for the Western Hemisphere, where we are here in America. Notice the headline on this next article. It says, South Korea's Yoon becomes first sitting president to be arrested in country's history after weeks-long standoff. So you have a sitting president in South Korea that has now been arrested. I'm recording this at 10:30 p.m. on January the 14th. So understand, you have a sitting president that has been arrested. Could we see a sitting president in America become arrested? It is certainly possible for such to take place. Now, some of you have seen our video concerning the prophecy of Joe Biden being arrested, and this prophecy will come to pass very soon. Whether it happens this week or sometime beyond this coming week, time will reveal. But as we examine what's happening right now, today, in the East, we have to consider what we know is coming here in the West. And if Joe Biden is arrested while he is a sitting president, in Matthew chapter 10, verse 40 and 41, God says, "He that receiveth you, receiveth me. And he that receiveth me, receiveth him that sent me." When you receive Christ, chosen messenger, you are receiving Christ. And when you reject Christ, chosen messenger, you are rejecting Christ in the person of his saint. Verse 41, "He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward." What reward will you receive? The choice is yours. Give your life to Jesus today.